Hello everyone, it's Outrider here and welcome to another Week in Toys, the first Week in Toys of 2024. And yeah, I've picked up a few cool things and I've made a few cool things as well with my new spangly, shiny 3D printery thingy, which I won't show you all of them, but I'll show you a couple of cool bits that I've done that I'm really pleased with. Picked up a few toys, some KOs, some kind of third party, some model kits, some what is classed as vintage now because it's nearly 20 years old, and a few disappointments as well. So you know what, it's basically Week in Toys again, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to start off with some of the stuff I've made since I got the 3D printer at Christmas. And the first thing that I thought I'd do is create a sword for the lovely Grimlock here. Now I did print one in black before I got some red filament. This is printed in red filament, but actually it's sanded down, sprayed and varnished. It is a little bit more glossy than I kind of hope, and you can still see a few of the 3D printed lines on there. I did use matte varnish on it to try and make it a little bit, well, match the figure a little bit more, but I think it works okay. And you know what, it's pretty awesome that I've been able to print off and make this thing. And not only did I make one for Grimlock, I've made one for Sludge as well, which is pretty cool. Again, really quite happy with that one. And I've made one for Sludge. And the Sludge is the one I'm disappointed in the most, and I might reprint it and do it again, but you can definitely see some of the lines on this one. But yeah, I managed to print off all of those swords from various sites, Thingiverse, Cults I think it is, various different sites. So I managed to print off those. They took about a week sanding on and off and spray painting when it was raining, but you know what, I think they look good. They look great on the shelf. I need to find a gun for Snarl, and you watch what happened now is that the swoop that will be announced in a couple of days time, and they'll be coming with a set of swords for all of them, but never mind, it's been a fair fun anyway. The other thing that I printed that I'm really pleased about is some combiner parts for my oh dear, well, that's not good. One of the posters come off, but never mind, I'll sort that out in a bit. But I printed off some combiner parts for my G2 Bruticus. The hands, the chest piece, the head, and the feet as well. Now the feet I might have a look for a different print because I've had a few problems with them, especially this one. As you can see, the peg's broken off in there. Now it won't be a problem getting it out because these pegs inside are hollow, but the feet themselves don't quite stand upright because they're a solid piece rather than just a rim. So I might have to have a look at trying to maybe print a different set of feet. But the hands I'm really pleased with. The chest piece I'm really pleased with. The head I'm pleased with. It needs a little bit of paint, so this should have like a purple camo on there, which I will get round to doing. But yeah, I've been looking for these combiner parts for this particular Bruticus for ages, and it's just been nice to print them off and do that. So yeah, a little bit annoying that that's just fallen off. Yeah, I'll try and get another file for the feet for Bruticus and print off some new ones. But it's pretty cool to be able to do stuff like that and replacement parts, but also add on parts. And I've done this for a couple of figures, but I'll just show you Jazz here. Is printed off, literally took about 10 minutes. A little post so he can have his cannon on his shoulder. I've done one for Mirage as well, G2 Mirage. So those little bits are pretty awesome as well. So I'm proper happy, really happy with the stuff I've printed and done so far. Now the first bot of the year arrived, I think it was on the 2nd, and it was a figure that I ordered on the 23rd of December from Shozy. Back, I think it was in November, they gave everyone 2,000 points. I don't know if it was for Black Friday or some sale, which is the equivalent of $20 off. And I didn't buy anything straight away, and I knew I was getting Rhinox for Christmas. So I thought, I'll have a look and see what's on there. And they had some KOs of the Rise of the Beast figures, and they had this one, Deformation Series, Super Deformed Cheetor. So it's actually called Cheetor. Is it Cheetor? Yeah, and it's a KO, a one-to-one KO of the Rise of the Beast Voyager Cheetor. And here it is. The plastic quality is good, but it feels a little bit thinner. I haven't handled the original, but it feels a little bit thinner, a little bit lighter maybe. Some of the joints are really, really tight on this. So it's not loose or floppy at all in any way, shape or form. But, I don't know, it feels a little bit lighter. I want to hold the original. The paint is slightly different in colour, apparently, and it hasn't got the Maximal logo on the chest, but it comes with the same accessory. It transforms into the same cat. The only issue I've had with it is that this tail is pinned, and when I took it out of the box, the pin fell completely out. So I managed to re-thread the pin. I just put a tiny blob of super glue on each end, and I've had no problems with it since. But yeah, it's not a bad figure. It is not a £35 figure. Like, I mean, taking the build quality to one side, it's still, I'd say, a 7, 8 out of 10 compared to an original Rise of the Beast figure. In fact, let me have a further. So actually, I mean, they don't feel that much different in weight, to be honest with you. Maybe in plastic density he feels a bit better. If he was a 10 out of 10 for plastic quality, then he would maybe be an 8, 8.5, but he's still pretty good. What was I saying? Yeah, this figure is not a £35 figure. The engineering on it is pretty good, but it's got some fundamental flaws. I mean, these feet are so small at the front, they just look odd. These claws, I know they're meant to be extra weapons, but they just look crap. They should just be folded away. Yeah, and the lack of articulation in cheetah mode. I mean, the front legs are basically just stuck in place. It's not the best figure, but it cost me in total £1.79 of my own money, thanks to the discount. So I'm not mad at it. In fact, I'm happy I've managed to complete the Rise of the Beasts main line now, which I think I have. Except for A-Razor, I did have an A-Razor and I gave it to Luffy. But I might have a look and pick up the Studio Series one if I see it. Apart from that, I've got most of the characters now, so there we go. Really, really happy to have picked up that. I did go to Worcester as well while we're on the topic of Rise of the Beasts, and I went in there, TK Maxx, and they had some stuff in there. They had a Power Rangers Lego set, Fate Lego set of the Blue Ranger for a £5, which I bought, which I then donated to me mate because the quality of it was awful. I was going to build it and give it to him anyway, to be completely honest. I just wanted something to build, but the thing would not hold together at all. But he's got that now and he's had the same problem. But I also picked up a couple of things from in there. So this was £5. This was Rise of the Beasts Mirage. This isn't the mainline one. This is what I thought was a one-step changer, but it's not a one-step changer. It's actually pretty good. If I can remember how to do it, because it's been a couple of days. There we go, all transformed up. It's more concept art Mirage. It has got a face rather than an actual like his battle mask that's on the original concept art, so it is more accurate than the mainline figure, but not as accurate as the Studio Series, which isn't that accurate, to be completely honest. But it's pretty cool. It's got a big backpack. The transformation on it is pretty involved for such a little figure. The coolest thing about this, and it's something the Studio Series should have been able to incorporate, is a little flip round of the hand. Means his cannon can pop out, which I thought was pretty cool for a figure of this size. So yeah, picked up that Mirage. It was a £5, so it wasn't bad at all. And I also picked up this. It is Hashtag from Earthspark, and it's one of those sticky finger in, it transforms like so. This was like £3. I already had the RC, so I thought, oh, why not? I'll get Hashtag as well. Turns into like a cool, almost Soundwave like communications vehicle. But yeah, pretty good. Not as good as RC though, and they're quite cool little fiddle toys just to have around the desk. What else have I got? Oh, I went to Stratford-upon-Avon with my work. I was working there for a couple of days, and I found I think it was called Toys and Bricks, the shop was. It was a second-hand toy shop. And they had a pretty eclectic mix of stuff in there. They did have some Transformers, but they also had lots of Power of the Force, they had Power Rangers, they had Star Trek, they had loads of stuff, and Lego as well. And I walked in there and I wanted to get something from there because it's cool to find something from a shop and maybe something that you wouldn't pick up. And bearing in mind this is a vintage shop, I found another Rise of the Beast figures in there. This is the mainline Optimus Prime. It came with the instructions. It was 18 quid, which people might think, oh, 18 quid for a mainline Prime. But actually this was 35 quid when it first came out. And in my opinion, I think this might be the better figure than the Studio series from articulation wise, because it's got better shoulders. The shoulders on this figure are better than the Studio series one. You can get better poses. It's got the ab crunch. Yeah, it's got distinctly less paint. It could do with instead of having a head swivel, a ball joint. But actually, it's very nice. It comes with a gun, and I know that's not movie accurate because it comes out of his arm, but I actually quite like the gun. I think it's a cool figure. It's really, really cool. I picked it up. Not one that I would have ever ordered online or anything like that, and maybe even not one I would have bought at a convention, but definitely one I picked up for a cheap price because it was there in the case, out the box, and it looked really cool. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to pick up that. They did have a movie one, Iced Megatron, as well for 15 quid, and I kind of regret not picking that up, but never mind. Right, first disappointment of the year now. I picked up a set of Requiem Blaster Minicons, and I have got these two figures in the original colours, and I've now got them in the black and grey colour. This set, thanks to Luff, he let me know that this set originally came with the Ultra Magnus figure, which I also don't have. But I managed to pick up these, and it was £25 for the set of 3, and it even come with the instructions. And what made me really happy is I wanted the Requiem Blaster. I've got 3 of the Star Sabers, 2 of the Skybone Shield, but I haven't been able to complete even a bastardised one of various different colours. Requiem Blaster, because I've been missing Astroscope, I haven't been able to find him. I've got these two now in both colours, and this one came with an Astroscope and his missile, complete, great. Except it wasn't complete, because when it arrived, Astroscope was missing one of his arms. And that arm is the part that connects to the other minicons, which means I can't make them at Requiem Blaster, which is very disappointing. I contacted the seller, he didn't know it was missing. He gave me a tenner back, so essentially these cost me 15 quid plus the instructions, which is probably a little bit steep. But in the hope that one day I will find either the normal coloured Astroscope or another Astroscope in a junker where I can take the arm, I'll be very, very happy. I wouldn't mind getting the Ultra Magnus to go with this now, because I haven't got that figure, or a complete version of that figure. I've got like a junker overload that's been pulled together with various different colours. But essentially, I picked up these. I was very excited, and I was very, very disappointed when that arrived, and it was just a bit broken. Last couple of things I picked up. I went to the shop around the corner. There's a little charity shop that's open at really random times where I found some rescue bots. I found another rescue bot in there. This Optimus Prime is really cool because there's actually more to him than that. You fold the hands down and then twist him and he transforms. And it's a really, really cool little Optimus Prime. Really, really like it. Might even keep this one in here rather than give it to my son, because it is a cool version of Optimus Prime, and I've been getting a lot of Primes lately. A hell of a lot of Optimuses. Like the Rise of the Beast one, for example. So I might start collecting a few more Optimuses here, because I've got that many of them now. But you can't have an Optimus without a Megatron, and this is a very different kind of Megatron. This is it's not really third party. I know I teased third party earlier on in the video, but it's not. It's YOLO parts, so it's not a Hasbro product. It is a model kit. But it's not really a model kit, because all you got to do is like put the arms together, the head together, everything's pre-painted. This one particular one comes with a stand, which is very nice, but it won't support the weight of the figure because it's got die casting, but it's a very, very nice stand. And it comes with all the standard accessories, a couple of faces, one of my faces. I might as well try and open this up and show you. I'll show you the figure in a moment, but essentially what I've got is a couple of head sculpts. So we've got more of a robot looking Megatron with more detail on his face, almost Bumblebee movie inspired. And we've got a more traditional G1 Screaming face, except mine has got a little bit of overspray on it, which means that the black paint has gone over the silver, which is a little bit disappointing, but never mind, I can try and touch that up myself or remove it. It comes with loads of other bits. So it comes with another chest plate, the key to Vector Sigma. It comes with the blaster that killed Prime, his Energon mace, his lightsaber, all of those bits, which is pretty cool. And the figure itself is just beautiful. And I think this is up there with probably one of the best representations of this character that I own. This piece is die-cast, the feet are die-cast, and you basically have to just put the feet in, the legs on, the arms together, the head on. It's cannon on the back, obviously cannon on the arm. It does come with lights, no sounds, but I haven't got the batteries in. And his eyes light up as well, and they're switched on by a magnet. And there is a magnet at the bottom of this part here, so you can take this off essentially, switch it on and pop it back. And there is a light in the cannon as well. Now if you can see, there is some nice weathering detail on this Megatron, and I really wasn't surprised to see that, and it works really well. It works really well. This is a G1 cartoon Megatron with that realistic twist to the right level. The other thing is as well, it's got fully articulated hands and fingers and all that kind of stuff. This was £55 from In Demand, and as soon as I opened him and had a play with him for half an hour, I went and pre-ordered the Optimus Prime, because I think I'm fully in on this collection. I think it's probably want to be the main line that I'm going to try and collect every one of, because so far they're awesome. There's meant to be a Starscream on the way soon, so yeah, so I picked up that. And that's been a pretty good start to the year, hasn't it? Varied stuff. It's always good to have a bit of variation. Some stuff I've made, some KOs, some in-person finds, and also a beautiful item from YOLO Park. And I think that's it for this week in toys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like the new branding stuff that I've put on there. I thought freshen it up a little bit. Let me know what you've got so far, if anything. Are you having a bit of a break from bots? What you're looking forward to? I've also had my shipping address confirmation about Deathsaurus, so I'm hoping that might be here after the 15th, but we will see. Anyway, until next time, I've been Zork Rider. I'll catch you again really soon.